Well, been a couple of days or so. So I thought, well, just to give you an update of what's happening, I did manage to find an oil filter for this thing. Took me some hunting, so we're gonna quickly put that on before it gets lost. We're gonna loop this gasket up. I just happen to have a little lubricant here available. We'll quickly spin this oil filter on. You only put these on by hand. Take 3/4 of a turn. Did manage to find a fuel filter for the old fuel pump, but I gotta wait 2 weeks. It's on order, so I won't proceed with that until I get the new fuel filter. I was thinking about whether to put the head on or not. I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to put the head on here, but I'm definitely not going to put the old manifold back there on because of all the weight on here. Because when this thing's fully assembled, I got to wheel it out to that boat, and I don't know but how much weight I can actually put on this old motor stand here when I got to wheel it across the yard. So I want to keep it as light as possible and finish it while it's in the boat. That means the manifold gasket, all the water ports, the mounting, but I got work on the boat to do before I can reach that stage. Also found one of the cooling hoses for the front here, so we're just going to quickly pop that on before it gets lost. We're not going to tighten it down, we're just going to have it sit there. Oh, I also got me a new camera, so I can now start some of the other projects there. I gotta go down and get me a little memory card though here. I thought I wasn't gonna see and take it with me to get a memory card so I get the right card for it, because I've run into that issue ordering cards, you get them and they don't work. So rather than ordering the card with it, I decided just order the camera, go down to the locally store here and find a card. Appreciate all of those you who have viewed my last few videos. Don't forget, check it out from the beginning with my camshaft video. There's other videos there. If you like what I'm doing, hit that thumbs button, and do hit that subscribe button down there. I'm still new to this YouTube, so there's things I still have yet to figure out. I'm figuring out, but the biggest thing is, what did I do that last time? Oh, yeah, that was it. So you have to bear with me while I'm learning all this process. of everything. Also mention too, before you may notice, I got a little more room in here. Got the corner here cleaned out. Took all the bottles in yesterday. Yeah, it's $23 in bottles and cans that I returned. So that was great. Gives me the, told you it takes me time, but we'll get this shop eventually organized. Just looking around quickly here if there's anything else I missed. Don't think anything. Like I said, I still got that engine on the bench there that's finished tearing apart. Those got items here on the floor that are for that manifold back there to put on. There's one item there, I believe, for the head. That's the next item that's for this, is to get the head out of the old shed there. Get in here, get it cleaned up, ready to put on. I'm still waiting for the head gasket though to come in. It hasn't arrived yet, so until that arrives, I can't put it actually on, but I can get it prepared.
Aha! Aha! There's my blinking light. Okay, we finally figured out how to get my video mode working. Okay, there's the timer showing. Well, that took me a little scratching, brain scratching. I have to also, all else fails, read the instructions. Yeah, that's what I had to do. Read the instructions. Well, now that I got this working, okay, let's do some checking. It's supposed to say telephoto lens, so let's start with my old range here. See if it zooms in like it's supposed to. Oh yeah, it zooms in. Now there's a nice old hot plate for you. There is the original hot plate. That was my mom's hot plate. So that thing is, oh golly, close to 100 years old now, still working. Okay, so when we go back to W, which zoomed back out, showing my microwave, my kitchen corner of my so-called living. There's range, microwave, and the water, which, what do you call those things, where you put the water jug on top, but it went, so we don't bother. Okay, and let's see, the two radios you're hearing right there are those two radios right there. That's my VHF radio, and right beside it, that's the amateur radio. Below it, that's the both those are single sideband unit CD radios. And down there, well, we have, excuse me, the white one is, where are we? The white one is a VHF radio, and behind it are the old tube-type Hallicrafters CV3As. On top of there is my SWR meter. Now that I got the car out, let me give you a quick view of my buddy's lathe here that I mentioned in my very first video. And that's the lathe. And we'll get the bandsaw right there. There's my old floor jack. All that stuff in the back here is from my parents' estate. And still, I haven't gone through. That's got to be gone through. Up there, I have a whole pile of parts and all kinds of junk. And this is the little bit of a ladder that I made for easier access up to the shop. Over here in the corner is actually my buddy's welder, and beside it is my pressure washer. So this is going to take a little walk to the boat, and I'll show you what all has to be, what all I got to do to the old boat here before I can put the engine back in. I don't know if the camera will show it. Well, we'll try to get you a shot here. Okay, let's zoom that in and see if we can get a shot. If you look closely, you'll see that nice big crack right there, and all along the side down there. Yeah, she's all cracked. So we gotta do repairs to that, because here in the front, the motor just left it out, like if it wasn't even bolted down. Same thing in the back here. And in the back here, the old leg. Oh gee, what's this washer off of? The old leg here. These were bone friggin' dry. Not one drop of grease for the old leg doing its thing up and down. So that's got to be repaired. I haven't torn this off yet, because I'm not sure if I can even obtain a new one. So before I do, I want to make sure that I can get a new rubber. If not, then I can use alternatives. So that is why I briefly just let it hang like this on my come along to take some of the weight off the front part of this tranny. I still got to figure out how to disconnect this old cable from the shifter to pull that out. As for other projects, there's all this pile here. I've camouflaged it for the winter. Is my buddy's power tools and his homemade pipe rack. Don't know how long it's going to be before he picks the items up, so that was the canvas I used for the winter. However, it was so big, I had to cover all the roof there and that. So I come to a conclusion. I got a shed in the back there that's got to alter things around. So I just purchased some old 4x4 posts. You can put 4x4s in. I plan to build an extension to go very similar to that one there. A bit of a roof on top and a wall here. Kind of leave this front open. So I folded the old canvas up in four sections here, hoping to use that as a wall. Try to keep the cost down as cheap as possible, because it tends to only be temporarily. But that's another one of the projects on my list that's got to be done.